All right, welcome everybody. Today we have a special presentation here on the Bennett Railroad channel. I am visiting Mr. Bill Schopf and his Baltimore and Lehigh Railroad. This is a fictional coal line which runs from an interchange with the Lehigh Valley up in Clark's Summit. And I'll try to zoom in here so you can see he's got his handy little map here on the wall. And then it runs down up into Lehigh Center there, Mount Carmel, East Centralia, and then there's is the branch simulated, Bill, over to Pottsville?
Yes.
Okay, that's over to Pottsville for interchange with the Pensy, and then it runs down. You can see down toward the Chesapeake Bay, and then eventually Trackage rights down toward Baltimore. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of give you an overview of the layout. Back in here, this is obviously a coal railroad because Bill loves his breakers, and they're very, very well done. In this breaker, what's this breaker back here, Bill? The one here in a corner?
That is the foul rift breaker.
Foul rift breaker. I'll try to give you some of the view of the detail. The detail work is outstanding. And these are all scratch built, correct, Bill?
Yes.
And he has a very unique process that he follows, and it looks fantastic. It really looks great. Now this is a branch line, so this comes back to the breaker here, and then this breaker here, Bill.
That is burnt.
Burnt breaker. Again, all scratch built.
Yep.
Yeah, everything here, everything you're seeing is actually scratch built, and I got to tell you, this is beautiful, beautiful work. And so this is I'll try to show you the yard there. And then this continues. What I think is cool about it is that the size of them, they're just very large buildings, and even as Bill said, they're not scale, they're still much, much larger than a lot of what we do in our layout, so they look really, really cool. And the detail is phenomenal. You could spend hours looking through there, which I love doing this kind of stuff, just kind of looking and seeing the details. And then it comes up here, and then through this area. And the breaker in the corner, Bill?
The Greenwood Breaker in Sinking Creek.
Sinking Creek. Greenwood Breaker. And again, here's some of the fantastic modeling that Bill's done. Then it continues along, and that okay. Bill's showing me he's actually got the prototype photos of a lot of these, so he's actually modeling based on the prototype. And then the branch comes out to Centralia Junction. Now this is the junction with the main line. And from here, what it does is the lower line basically goes into the tunnel, goes around, loops around, and then the main line comes out up here. So there's a double track main line that allows continuous running. And then back there is where the line loops around. And it comes over to probably one of the coolest scenes I've seen on a layout. You got to check this out. This is PG rated here, so I'm just gonna warn the viewers. But this is incredible. Again, the detail on this. Let me try to adjust the F so you can see some of this here.
I think there's 150 figures in there.
150 figures of all. Again, you could spend hours just kind of looking through this kind of stuff, and I love doing this stuff. So this is kind of the Anthracite red light district through here. Very well done. These are kits, correct, Bill? Most of these are kits. Foscale, bar mills, kits. Very well done. And again, you can see the detail. Even back in the alleyways, there's detail. So it's one of those really, really well done scenes. that you can just kind of walk around and soak up stuff. It's really, really cool. And then in the back, he's got the the latest edition. Unfortunately, they are moving into an old warehouse, much to the chagrin, as you can see, of the townfolk, who are not too happy. And actually, this is really well done. There's some signs in there of protest that I'll just kind of let you take a look at that. That's awesome. Extremely, extremely well done. And then in the back, now these structures built, these are mostly all scratch built, correct?
All of them.
All the ones here in the back are scratch built. He does a beautiful job with the scratch building. And he obviously likes signs. There's a lot of very, very cool period signs. This is circa 1940, 48-ish, so late 40s is the time frame for the layout, and it feels like it. It really does. It's very well done. The theme is really tied together very well with the vehicles and the signs and the figures and the buildings. You really feel like you're back in the late 40s. And then some other industries here in the front. Very, very well done. And then you can see the main lines. They came around, and then the main lines go up here. And then what I'll do is I'll show you that. And then they sneak around over here. Come around back this way. And then we're back to...
You want a train?
Oh yeah, we're going to run a train, definitely. We got to run a train. Now this is Mount Carmel, correct? Mount Carbon. Mount Carbon. And what I love about this, because you guys know from my layout, what he's done back there with that big industry, that's what I'm looking to do for my transformer factory. So I'm glad I came down to see this, because that's give me a lot of great ideas. And how he did that looks almost exactly what I'm going to looking to do whenever I get around to building the transformer factory. But again, you can see the detail. There's the sign. Very cool looking. Alright, so we come through the tunnel. And we were just talking. He's got some modifications he may be doing here. Like all of us, we're all looking to change. So as a line comes out here. And this, what's this, Bill? What area do you...
Diamond.
Diamond. Okay, this is Diamond. And there's a yard here. You can see the coal facilities in the coal yard, and then the main line continues up there and then back around to continue the loop on the back side there. And then one of the coolest things I've seen is this structure back here. This breaker, what's this breaker, Bill?
Hazle 49.
Hazle 49.
Actually, Hazle 89.
Actually, and this is all scratch built. This is really, really impressive to see just the pure size of it and how well it's done, how well it's weathered. It is a fantastic looking model. It just, like, again, it all fits. The feel is just so perfect. And again, the details are just, so I can make that a little bit more visible. Beautiful. All right. There we go. We got some action. And it's modeled, is it, say mostly Lehigh Valley, but all the anthracite roads kind of have a presence.
Reading, Lehigh Valley.
Mhm. And there it goes through Centralia Junction.
Do you want to do a train coming out of the corner?
Oh yeah,
Over there.
yeah. All right, so that's the mainline loop. So that shows, again, gotta say, all the structure work on this layout is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to show you some more of Bill's work here in the back. All right, so we have the Pottsville Morning Local here. It's going to come out and it's going to drop off some cars here for the breaker, head over to East Centralia, and come on back. So we're going to watch Bill as we operate here a little bit. Now the layout uses the NCE DCC system. You recently, how long ago did you actually convert to DCC? 3 years ago?
Yep.
So about 3 years ago. So the layout was originally DC, and he converted it to DCC. And it was kind of funny, we were talking about it, he mentioned that when he converted and took all the old wiring, now you have, what, 2 garbage bags full of all the old wiring? I mean, the one nice thing about DCC, it definitely does make things a little bit easier to handle and whatnot. And when you do operating sessions, Bill, how many folks do you have that come down and operate on a typical session?
4 to 6.
4 to 6 guys? Okay.
Room is too small for
Mm-hmm.
more than
Mm-hmm. So he does have the various industries marked with the tracks, then the number of spots. And he must use a little card system. Are these Athearn locos, Bill, or are
Yes,
they're
yes.
Athearn? Okay.
Athearn Genesis.
And there's one of Bill's custom serving the Anthracite region. Really cool. I love those hoppers, those are cool. Alright, here we go.
You want to see Walter's new little Plymouth switcher in action?
Sure. Oh, is that the day? Okay. Alright,
So it's,
we're going to take a quick pause here, folks. We're going to see a little... let Bill get set up. We're going to watch something cool here.
we're going to go back and pull a couple cars with anthracite. And take them to the scale.
This is a Walters?
It's a Walters Plymouth switcher.
Plymouth, okay.
And that is the scale house, which has an 85-ton limit, and he can go over that because he's only 45.
Okay.
Away the car.
That runs very well.
It does.
That's a nice little...
Away that car. And we would move them into the holding track and pull them out.
Okay, there you go.
is one of my favorites. That's a Lehigh Valley sunshade signal tower. I've got skeletons for a couple more I want to build. It's kind of unique to the valley with that, call it the sunshade roof.
Oh yeah,
Just
yep,
sort of
yep. It does have that Lehigh Valley look. Yep,
self-explanatory.
yep.
Get a picture of this.
This is the latest addition to the layout right here, correct?
Yep.
Just got put on. As it heads up to Centralia Junction. Do a big panorama here.